why we're here today. I think I already recorded half an hour and ran out of time there, so I'm doing great with trying to keep it short. I know what we're doing, everyone. I'm with it. I know what's happening. Okay, so I'm here today because I am taking part in the Spin, BookTube Spin of 2022. Rick McDonnell. I hope I'm saying your name right, Rick. Rick is easy. McDonnell, I'm not sure if it's McDonnell or McDonnell. You can correct me. So in this game, you choose 20 books from your TBR. I don't know. Do they have to be from the TBR? I didn't pick all my 20 books from my TBR. There are 20 books that I have that I want to read. I guess that qualifies. And then they have to be listed by numbering them from 1 to 20. You're supposed to post it on YouTube, so I'm posting on YouTube. You're supposed to get this done by the end of the day on January 13th, and I think we were told about it yesterday, so not a lot of time. Maybe Monday, which explains why I'm in this not great light, because it's 2 in the afternoon or 2:30 in the afternoon, and this is what we got, y'all. And then it says on January 14th, which is Friday, we're going to get a video announcing 2 numbers. I did sort of do this last year. Anyway, I'll put the link in the description box below for Rick's channel, and you can participate if you would like to. I'm going to do just like a 1-sentence summary of each of these books, but I actually found that to be too difficult because I don't know very much about these books, despite the fact that at one point something interested me enough to pick them up. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm just going to read the back or read a portion of the back. So number 1 is The Push, and it says, just a brief blurb, a tense, page-turning psychological drama about the making and breaking of a family and about a woman whose experience of motherhood is nothing at all what she hoped for and everything she feared. That sounds really terrifying, disturbing, and probably is going to be really good. So that's number 1. Number 2 is The Maidens, a spellbinding tale of psychological suspense weaving together Greek mythology, murder, and obsession. So traditionally, I don't really like Greek mythology, but I have heard so many good things about this, I'm willing to give it a try. And I do like dark academia, so I think it has that vibe going for it. Ghosts by Dolly Alderton. Oh, I wish I had taken the sticker off of this. I can't get it off. It's stuck on so darn tight. A smart, sexy, laugh-out-loud romantic comedy about ex-boyfriends, imperfect parents, friends with kids, and a man who disappears the moment he says, I love you. Perfect! That was number 3. Number 4 is Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers, a story about finding your place in the world, about finding love and accepting it by learning to love yourself. Honey Girl is a brilliant debut. Ooh, I hope I spin that one. I think it'd be fun to read. Nomadland. I just have to read the tagline here. Surviving America in the 21st Century. This is a nonfiction book, and I think it's about just living like not at a fixed address. There we go. First 5. Number 6 is Monkey Beach. Tragedy strikes a native community when the Hill family's handsome 17-year-old son, Jimmy, mysteriously vanishes at sea. Left behind to cope during the search and rescue effort is his sister, Lisa Marie, a wayward teenager with a dark secret. She sets off alone in search of Jimmy through the Douglas Channel and heads for Monkey Beach, a shore famed for its Sasquatch sightings. Ooh! Infused by turns with darkness and humor, Monkey Beach is a spellbinding voyage into the long, cool shadows of BC's coast mountains, blending teen culture and nature spirits and human tenderness into a multi-layered story of loss and redemption. 7 is Call Me By Your Name. I know this is a love story. Sudden and powerful romance that blossoms between an adolescent boy and a summer guest at his parents' cliffside mansion on the Italian Riviera. Okay, number 8 is Real Life by Brendan Taylor. Almost everything about Wallace is at odds with the Midwestern campus where he is working uneasily toward a biochem degree. An introverted young man from Alabama, black and queer, he enforces a wary distance even within his own circle of friends. I've heard this is so good. I can't wait to read it. Number 9, Normal People by Sally Rooney. I haven't read any Sally Rooney yet, so I have oh no, I don't have her newest book, but I have these two books, Normal People in Conversations with Friends on my TBR. This is a stunning novel about the transformative power of relationships. It's a millennial love story, I'm pretty sure. Okay, number 10 is The Twilight Zone by Nona Fernandez. And this is translated from Spanish by Natasha Wimmer. Really looking forward to reading this. On a day in 1984, at the deadly height of the Pinochet dictatorship, a member of the Chilean secret police walks into the office of a dissident magazine and testifies to a reporter. Soon his face will be emblazoned on the cover of the magazine with the words, "I tortured people," electrifying the nation. Decades later, the narrator, a documentarian, remains haunted by the man who tortured people. Like a Secret Service agent from the future, she uses his testimony as a map. We get the idea. That's the first 10. On to the second half of my list. It's still going to be a really long video. Number 11, We Ride Upon Sticks by Quan. This has been on my TBR for quite a while. I actually went through and looked at all of my TBR list. I was going to do a separate video, funny enough, of this, where I went through and looked at my TBR list over the course of 2021 and pulled all the books that I didn't get to, because one of my goals is to read at least 5 books from my TBR. So this challenge is really going to help me with that. So thanks, Rick. So yeah, this was on my TBR, I think, back in the summer. This is coming of age story, but it's about a sports team. There's something about witches involved. The Corrections, I think this is 12. Yes, The Corrections. It's funny, I picked this up off of my bookshelf over the course of the holidays because I've never read The Corrections. And I realized that it takes place over Christmas. And then I thought, oh, I really want to read this over Christmas. But it's quite long. It's almost 600 pages and I didn't get to it. So I'm adding it to this list. The alarm bell had been ringing for years. Enid, longtime matriarch of the Lambert family, sets her heart on an elusive goal, bringing her family together for one last Christmas at home. What could go wrong? Looking forward to the possibility of reading this one. I realize that I'm speaking fast to try to make the video go faster. I think I need to slow down. I'll stumble over my words if I speak too fast. It's such a fun challenge. Oh my god, I need to move this bag. It's making so much unnecessary background noise. Oh my goodness. All right. Whew. Wait, what number are we on again? 12. Okay. 13 is Luster. It was shortlisted for, no, long-listed, I think, for the Women's Prize this past year, and I really wanted to get to it because I've heard many good things about it. Edie is stumbling her way through her 20s, sharing a subpar apartment in Bushwick, walking in and out of her admin job, making a series of inappropriate sexual choices. She's also haltingly and fitfully figuring her way into life as an artist. I'm just going to skip ahead. Interestingly, unruly and strikingly beautiful, razor-sharp and slyly comic, sexually charged and utterly absorbing. Luster is a portrait of a young woman trying to make sense of her life, her hunger, and her anger in a tumultuous era. It is also a haunting, aching description of how hard it is to believe in your own talent and the unexpected influences that bring us into ourselves along the way. 14. Ah, it's upside down. 14 is The Blue Flower. I just literally pulled this off my shelf and said, what's this? This is such a clever book, but it wears its cleverness lightly. Fitzgerald seems to be one of those rare artists gifted with both the knowledge of how things are and the skill to record what she knows with subtlety and devastating truthfulness. I think this is about a love story. It tells the true story of Frederick von Hardenberg, a passionate, impetuous student of philosophy who will later gain fame as the romantic poet novelist. Fritz seeks his father's permission to wed his heart's heart, his spirit's guide, a plain, simple child named Sophie von Kuhn. It is an attachment that shocks his family and friends. The brilliant young Fritz, betrothed to a 12-year-old dullard, how can this be? Sounds good. It sounds good. I don't know. I've heard that's a really good book. I hear it's a classic, a modern classic. This, The Society of the Crossed Keys, which was, I hear, the inspiration for the Grand Budapest Hotel. This was given as a gift to me several years ago for Christmas. There's a crazy story about the man who wrote this book. I think he and his wife committed suicide during the Holocaust or right at the beginning of the Holocaust. He's a Jewish writer. Anyway, I don't know much about the story here, and the back doesn't really say much. Oh, it says the Society of the Cross Keys contains Wes Anderson's selections from the writings of the great Austrian author Stefan Zweil, whose life and work inspired the Grand Budapest Hotel. Okay, so that will be very interesting. It's like a little collection. 5 to go. We're at number 16. All the Light We Cannot See. This also was on my bookshelf. I remember it being hugely popular. When was it published? 2014. Open your eyes and see what you can with them before they close forever. Yeah, I think this is about a young girl who's blind. For Marie-Laure, blind since the age of 6, the world is full of mazes, the miniature of a Paris neighborhood made by her father to teach her the way home, the microscopic layers within the invaluable diamond that her father guards in the Museum of Natural History, where father and daughter take refuge when the Nazis invade Paris, and a future which draws ever closer to Werner, a German orphan destined to labor in the mines until a broken radio fills his life with possibility and brings him to the notice of the Hitler Youth. In this magnificent, deeply moving novel, the stories of Marie-Laure and Werner illuminate the ways against all odds people try to be good to one another. Okay, so this is definitely set in World War II. It should probably be a great read. Oh, winner of the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction for 2015. Aha, okay, I think I knew that. Haven't read it. I haven't read any of the books on this list. What am I even saying? Oh man. Number 16 is Deacon King Kong by James McBride. This was shortlisted for the Pulitzer Prize in 2020. Oh, it was the winner of the National Book Award. In September 1969, a fumbling, cranky old church deacon known in the neighborhood as Sport Coat shuffles into the courtyard of the Causeway Housing Projects in South Brooklyn, pulls a .38 from his pocket, and in front of everybody shoots the project's drug dealer at point-blank range. Well, that's a good sleeve little blurb opening if I ever heard one. It says, the funny, sharp, and surprising story of the shooting of a Brooklyn drug dealer and the people who witnessed it, from James McBride, author of the National Book Award winning The Good Lord Bird. Okay, so the author won the prize, not this book. But I think this book was like, so yes, this is number 16, Deacon King Kong. Number 17 is going to be Persuasion by Jane Austen. I don't really think I need to read the blurb. It's about, getting married or not getting married, I'm pretty sure. I've only ever read one other Jane Austen, Sense and Sensibility, and I'm going with Persuasion because I think this is her final novel, and yeah, Sense and Sensibility I didn't love, so I'm hoping that this time Persuasion is a better fit for me. It says on the front, a classic romance. For 19, we have Between the World and Me, another nonfiction book by Ta-Neihisi Coates. The back blurb is by Toni Morrison, and it reads, I've been wondering who might fill the intellectual void that plagued me after James Baldwin died. Clearly it is Ta-Neihisi Coates. The language of Between the World and Me, like Coates' journey, is visceral, eloquent, and beautifully redemptive, and its examination of the hazards and hopes of Black male life is as profound as it is revelatory. This is required reading. It says, Between the World and Me is Ta-Neihisi Coates' attempt to answer these questions in a letter to his adolescent son. So yeah, I think it's going to be good. I've been wanting to read this for so long. I got it a couple of years ago at Christmas as well. It was a gift. Finally, number 20, Prep by Curtis Sittenfeld. This book is like my mom's favorite book of all time. I feel like I should read it because I've never read it. When was it published? 2005. So Lee Fiora is an intelligent, observant 14-year-old when she leaves her family behind in Indiana to attend the prestigious Alt school in Massachusetts. Over the next 4 years, her experiences at Alt, complicated relationships with teachers, intense friendships with other girls, and an all-consuming preoccupation with a classmate who is less than a boyfriend and more than a crush, coalesce into a singular portrait of the universal pains and thrills of adolescence. Oh, that sounds so good. I trust her judgment. So yes, I'm stoked. I can't wait to see what I end up reading. Hope I stick with it. Anyway, thanks to Rick for organizing this little spin fun game, challenge game. And yeah, I look forward to seeing what the numbers are that get spun on Friday. Very exciting. But I'm going to sign off because I said I would keep it short. So bye for now. Oh, and if you want to participate, you could just list the books that you have as your 20 books for the spin, I guess on Rick's channel, or if you want to make a comment on my channel, that's cool too. Hope you can take part. It'll be fun, I think. Bye. A mother, and it's a horror story about a mother. A horror story about a mother. Motherhood, a horror story. The Blue Flower is set in the age of, how do you say gote? Monkey Beach. Wait, is this not fiction? I thought it was.